Well, welcome back, folks, to Buckmore Park. Apologies for some of the issues we've had with the stream, but we're here to get you fully back up to speed in the last 17 minutes of this race. There's a ferocious battle that just came into shot between the 20 and the 18 out there. Exeter A have now got back into the lead, and they were your original leaders.
Yep.
And then they had a bad first pit stop, but now they've done their second stop, so they're now effectively, we think, back in the lead of this race.
They are in the lead of the race. Now, the result is that you see Exeter now in the lead. Here they are, the number 10. They are 15 minutes away from a round victory. And, by my calculations, Howard, a championship lead. They will lead the championship heading away from Buckmore Park tonight if things stay as they are.
How about that? To be clear, when we say that they've had an issue in the last few minutes, and it was Swansea A, not Swansea C, that's my bad. They had a pit stop longer than a minute. Now, some of those were on a minute, and it could have just been a long fueling window, but even so, that is a slow stop, even for a full tank of fuel. The second stop will be slightly longer than the first, because there's, generally speaking, more fuel to be put in that second stop, but even so, 1 minute stop is not a good thing. Huddersfield A, disaster for them. They had a 1 minute 57 lap when they were in the pits. That is
not what you'd expect
what you
from
want.
Former champions and a team that tipped themselves this year. They've got to get that sorted for the next meeting, because they, as I say, got double stacked. So they came into the pits when there were already 5 carts, I think, in there anyway. So they became cart number 6 and had a very long hold.
And the question Southampton have to ask themselves going home, Andrew, is why, when you have 2 carts at the sharp end of the field, did you not split strategy?
Yeah, I have to say that's a bit of an own goal from Southampton. They pitted A and C pretty much at the same time and just exasperated the situation of many carts being in the pits. They made it worse for themselves, unfortunately.
In fairness to them, there are reasons why you might do that. A lot of teams pit their carts one after t'other, and the reason is, keeps it simple. You've got your team there, your crew ready to go. There's plenty of team members in the pit lane. There are good reasons why you might do that, as there's yellows covering this part of the lap.
Yeah, there was yellows out for a spinner down Simon Sweep, who he was fine. Nobody's had to take avoiding action, but I'm in the same boat as you, Howard. I don't like seeing drivers turn against the flow of traffic coming down Simon Sweep.
It's counterintuitive. It's because we're not used to seeing it.
Yes.
That's the main reason. Konstantinos is the yellow helmeted driver, or a gold helmet. You know, I'm going to say that's a gold helmet. Currently leading. It's not as shiny as Goldberg. You know, I want to give it to him, but I also can't. Anyway, he leads by 7.2 seconds. Now, the leader's coming up. The actual overall race leader is not that far behind them to put a lap on them.
Yep.
The number 10 Exeter A kart is not a million miles behind this lot. So plenty of dynamics at play here in the closing moments of not just this race, but today's running. We regret we're not here with the live stream, but oh my goodness, don't miss out. live.alphatiming.co.uk is still the place to be. So Sheffield have got a place there,
but they need one more. They need another one. That would, at the moment, would tie the scores up, and Oxford would win on countback. This might be the opportunity. Oh,
and look, leaders coming through, Andrew. Leaders coming onto the back of this. Look at that yellow helmeted driver at the back. That is the race leader trying to put a lap on these karts. Tense times for the leader and tense times in Clubman's as well. The 19 of Newcastle A, the 20 of Coventry A, the 15 of Sheffield A is the kart who needs to make up ground here, but he's got the 17 of Aston A right on his tail as well.
So just to explain, folks, if there is a time that can't be decided on positions alone within the races, we go to fastest lap across the afternoon. There's one of those brewing as well for the final spot on the overall podium. Oxford BUKC, although they have just fallen a position, so that breaks the tie break. Birmingham A with a 2nd and a 9th in the clubhouse. Brooks D with a 2nd and a 10th, but a 2nd and 9th tie break on fastest lap would go to Birmingham A at the moment.
Here's another thing that could spice up Clubman's. Contact warning, Sheffield A. Contact warning, Newcastle A.
Oh, big contact there. 3 wide coming through Henry's Bend. Nervous times as the leaders trying to fight their way through. Now, to be honest, the leader so far ahead, I wouldn't be taking risks like this at this stage of the race. How's that all shaken out? Well, the 15 of Sheffield has got away, but Coventry are through as well. But no, they've overhauled Newcastle. Newcastle have fallen back through this. So that's the crucial position now for Sheffield. Sheffield are back in a class-winning position. You'll see them there. The number 19 of Newcastle A have fallen 2 positions on that last lap.
Drama in the darkness here at Buckmore Park. We're into the final 5 minutes of running. Myself, Howard Mitchell, and Andrew Mather alongside of Double Dash Motorsport Media in the comms box for you here in your alphaLIVE stream. Hello to everybody tuned in. Thank you very much for supporting the stream. I'm getting the manic hand waving from Andrew, which means championship stuff.
There's another change of circumstance in Clubman. Northumbria B, apologies, I've just spotted this one, are on to score 99 points. They are now looking like they could win Clubman. Clubman, the top 3 is covered by 1 single point.
Out there as well, the battle for second is less than a second apart, by the way. The 103 of Southampton C, your Clubman leader in the race. Andrew's talking about who's winning the Clubmans in terms of the round, bear in mind. Southampton C still ahead of Brooks B by some 0.8 of the second. They've been kind of holding that gap for a while, but it is something to bear in mind in the closing moments of this race. Exeter B and Coventry B haven't decided 8th place yet. They're close together. Southampton A and Northumbria B battling over 6th place. There are tons and tons of battles left to resolve in the dying 3 minutes of this race.
This could be really, really important for Clubman at the end of the year. We've talked about Clubman before and how close it could be. James Johnson is going to have a hell of a report on this on the BUKC radio podcast because it's changing all the time. And it's just changed again. Northumbria B are up to 6th place on the road. They now have a clear lead ahead of Sheffield A in the Clubman ranks. They are 2.5 minutes away from taking a trophy back a long, long way back up the M1 to Northumbria.
Yeah. 2 minutes to go of this one. Exeter A are your leaders. They've had a sterling drive and a look set, unless Andrew's about to correct me, to put themselves in a position I'm not sure they've ever been in before in the BUKC by taking this. Are you saying they would be the clubhouse?
Sorry, what's the question?
Exeter A, if they take this, they've taken
leaders.
the round in their championship leaders. I don't think they've ever been in that position,
no.
Have Exeter. So this could be a big one for them.
Just to throw in the Clubman mix, Oxford have just taken 15th. So
they've got past Bristol, like we were saying earlier.
They're now second in Clubman. Need 2 more positions to wrestle it back off Northumbria.
This is tight. This is tight.
But we've had 3 teams at various points of this last 10 minutes, never mind this race, lead the Clubman class for round 2. This is fantastic stuff.
1 minute to go. 14 seconds the gap that Exeter A have over everybody else. It's been a fantastic effort from them. Their first pit stop wasn't great. Their second pit stop was very fast, one of the fastest of the second round of stops that we saw. Southampton C, no matter what, you can take a bow. Maybe Southampton need to have a look at their driver roster. I don't know. This has been a mad drive for them. But there's your leader, Konstantinos.
We'll see the last lap board this time around, going round Cafe Corner for the penultimate time. Still keeping an eye on these Clubmans. Cross start finish, 17 seconds to go. So the last lap board is out. 1 more lap for Exeter A to go round and take the lead in the British Universities Karting Championship for 2019. I did not think I was going to be saying that at the start of today's proceedings. No,
but then again, there's a bit of day. We were saying Southampton 1-2 at one point in this race. It really does feel like a bit of a change, not a change of the guard, because the established teams are still there. It's looking so good this season, so good.
Well, here comes Konstantinos. Sorry, I've messed that up completely. Exeter A coming round Cafe Corner for the final time today. Exeter A win round 2 of the BUKC 2019 and lead the championship For the first time in their history, this contact over the line. Now, what did that change? Newcastle A got ahead of Aston A. Sheffield A are still going round. That was they stayed on the lead lap, so that's still open for debate. Oxford A finish in 15th. They're 1 point off winning in Clubman. Where are Northumbria B? Can Northumbria B finish in 6th? They're still fighting with Southampton A. We're looking for them now. Where's the 52? Oh, they've lost the position. Oh, no, goodness me. They've lost the position. Now, what happens to the tie-break? Where are Sheffield A? Did Sheffield A finish 11th? No, they didn't. They stayed in 12th. It's a three-way tie on 99 points in Clubman, and it's been won by Northumbria with a 7th place there. They win the tie-break, Howard. What a finish.
As dramatic as you could hope for to close out the day. What a finish that was. Here under the floodlights at Buckmore Park, and it went tight as you like. The Prems is wide open. Clubman's came down to the wire. I just want to highlight the gap across the line between Newcastle A and Aston A. It was 17 thousandths of a second. Oh. Just throwing that out there.
Just to say, if there's any penalties in that.
Oh, there weren't as many as we saw in the previous race, but there's some to play out. Don't forget, results.alphatime.co.uk/BUKC for the official confirmed results.
Jacob's joining us. It's a trio.
Yes.
What a day.
What a lovely day. Unfortunately, we were not able to bring the winners' interviews to you, and I really wanted to talk to Mr. Karting, one of my favourite new additions to the grid, Konstantinos,
yes.
A great win for Exeter A, their second of the day, and I want to say, guys, today we seem to have seen a strong showing from everyone who didn't give us a strong showing at qualifiers.
Yeah, no, I
which
completely
leads
agree
to
with
a completely open championship.
Yeah, I completely agree with that one.
Cheers, Jacob. Thanks again, and we'll wrap things up then. So, as we say, Exeter A have won the round. Warwick A second, to be confirmed third place, but we think it was Birmingham A. The championship is wide open. Exeter A lead the BUKC for 2019, leaving Buckmore Park this evening. We will be back, the two of us, on Tuesday the 5th of March up at Three Sisters, Wigan, Greater Manchester.
Exciting.
We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your support today. Do hope you've enjoyed the stream. I've been Andrew Mather. He's been Howard Mitchell. We've been Double Dash Motorsport Media. This has been your Alpha live stream for the BUKC and Club 100 Racing Limited. We'll see you up at Three Sisters. It's going to be cold. It's in the northwest.